In this problem, we're going to be looking at how a rule applies to an input-output table. So the rule is written as multiply each input number by 5, then subtract 7. So I'm going to rewrite that rule as if you've got some input number, you first multiply it by 5. That's your first step. Then you are going to subtract 7 from it. So that's the rule. Then we're going to look at how it applies to each of those input values. So for the first one, when the input is equal to 2, now remember the input is what we are putting into this machine. So if we were to put a 2 into this machine, then the machine is applying this rule inside, and we're trying to find out what it's going to output. So if the rule is it takes the input number, multiplies it by 5 and subtracts 7, that would look like 2 times by 5, take away 7 is equal to the output. And that is going to be 10 minus 7, which is equal to 3. And that's going to be your output value. What that means is that if you put the 2 into the machine and the rule is applied, it will output a 3. So the output for 2 is 3. The second number is 5. So if you're inputting a 5, so the input is 5. What is the output going to be? You apply that same rule. So the input times by 5, subtract 7 is equal to the output. And in this case, it's going to be 18, which is equal to the output. So the output for 5 is 18. Then finally, the input is 16 in the last instance, so the input is equal to 16. Then the output is going to be 16 times by 5, applying that same rule, subtract 7 is equal to the output. And in this case, that equates to, if you put that in your calculator, that will equal 73 as the output. And that is your final answer. You've determined the output values based on a rule and an input value.